Welcome back, everybody. This is Shadow Drake, and it's time to wake up from my nap.
Cognition critical.
And it's always very distressing when you
Cognition low.
wake up from those. Alright, so after the OSHA incident, I wisened up, and now I'm keeping my duct tape in my thing. Because, yeah. Let's not do that again. Okay, so let's see. Let's actually get the fuel system piped up. Oh, and yeah, I moved the I moved some stuff around.
Oxygen low.
I hope I made enough insulated pipes. I probably should have started making some more just in case. Okay, so let's actually pipe this up. So I got this. I need to pipe up the oxygen, but I don't want to have this be up here. So let's run the volatiles underground. So that's what we're gonna work on today. I really need to get this fuel system set up and absolutely running. So if I'm gonna run this underground, I'm just gonna go all the way here. And I think right here is where I am going to just cut across. Stop it. Yeah, cut it across right here. And then let's go on ahead and make it go this way. Have some organization to this. The really awkward part will be if once I get these lines confused somehow. Alright, now that those are tied up together, I can move these. Gotta always be careful how you remove these so that you don't accidentally delete gases. It's a really odd thing to know that just because you delete certain pipe segments, boom, magically eliminate like half your tank worth of gas. Because now if we look at this, that's still 44 megapascals, and it's still cooling down nicely. So I got my oxygen here. So now I need to run my oxygen. So if I just run this here. Yeah. I think that's too low. Is that too low? No, that's just perfect. Going ahead and run my oxygen. Back to singing pipes, and let's see here. So, really need the water, and it kind of got me thinking. Woohoo! Got that. Look, after having a workplace accident where I basically just almost destroyed myself and killed myself, I'm starting to be a little bit more careful about what I do. Because making hard suits is not an easy task. It, excuse me. It is a lot more in depth to make them. Okay, so how am I gonna do this? I know I need. Hmm. Because one of the things I was thinking of, I may have gotten this heavy cable out, but it's like, for this chip, excuse me, for this chip I am going to need the fuel mix level, obviously that, but I'm also going to need my oxygen. So should I run that? I had a leftover APC, so I'm going to go on ahead and get it. How's my power generation coming along? It's okay. So when I remove that station battery, I actually reclaim the APC in here. Man, just seeing that just slowly drop his cap is hardening. There we go. So I reclaimed the APC, and with that, yeah, I bought the rest of my seeds. I forgot about that. 6x6. So that means that 3x3 is rolling right now. Yeah, of course, it was the ore trader. I got some rice and I planted it. Which kind of leads me to think. Okay, so if I'm thinking about this, ferns make 17.3 moles per hour, which is cool. Because the hard thing is I'm drinking water, 1 liter of water, 3 liters of water per hour. And so it takes exactly, what is water? There's, what, 55.6 moles, so what, that's 56 divided by 3, 116, almost 8, so let's say 17, let's go with 17. That actually kind of matches up with ferns, probably. So, that means I need to make 17.3, I need to make, so 3 ferns should produce enough oxygen to cover my 3 liters. So long as I have 3 ferns extra, I should be evening my water usage. But last time, I think I recall the math for Stationeers difficulty took roughly 16 fruiting plants to cover my oxygen expenditure. So 5, 10, 15. Okay, so clearly I got that. And so that means I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra ferns plus an extra 10-ish fruiting plants worth of carbon dioxide management. So I think I'm actually at a good spot, as somewhat of a good spot in terms of oxygen generation. Because, you know, I have a huge amount of CO2 that I can draw in from this pipe network. I can pump in a lot of oxygen back into a thing, because, you know, I only really need enough oxygen in the room so that 20 kilopascals of it is oxygen. So, you know, bring it down to 40% or something like that. You know, just stop it right here. And see, I still got pretty good amount of oxygen. But at least this pressurizes this pipe a little bit, because I'm going to need this I'm gonna need that to be well pressurized because I need to not mess up and absolutely eat up my entire amount of oxygen. What's my 3x3? My 3x3 is Astro Ether. I think that's gas, but let's not be distracted. I really need to do something so that I can only tell this thing to print exactly 20. Let's not get distracted. I have got to get that water reclamation system because I need to do something. Or actually water making system. Quick check. Let's see. My CO2 is at 66.6 Celsius. My big tank of CO2 is 118. So still doing good. Volatile is 113. Not NOS mix yet. And not really a lot of heat here. I might need an extra vent. I think if I have another vent, pipe it up in here, I should probably be able to make a little more power from my stirlings. Because I think I'm, what, 7.5 kilowatts? That's not bad. So long as my required... Oh, come on. So long as my required is going down, that's good. I'm okay with that. I'll move that station battery that was for my printers over here. Oh my, I hate that heat effect sometimes. That heat bubble. One thing that I noticed is that for some reason, this APC and battery over here was not charging. It actually died. Completely. Like, I was only grabbing enough to make it go, you know, just to keep the IC10 going. And so I wondered if that was a cause for me to have significantly less, just significantly less in terms of, let's see. Let's put you right here. You know, significantly less in terms of power generation. Just gonna end up with you, attach you, close. Alright. So the wiring is gonna be a slight pain. Because I want to be able to... at least see how much I'm actually have in different tanks across different systems. But I'm not going to be able to do that very easily. Because I'm going to end up having some mixed power ports and stuff. That's going to be bad. Let's just put you right here instead. Volatiles. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the wiring set up for both my setups, because I will need... Whoa, 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 what the heck? Oh! Oh, that was weird. Okay, let's just, not have another workplace accident. I may have gotten the respawn and everything, but I really don't want to, see how well it works. Need more frames. Let's get more frames. Let's finish that out. I'm also gonna need some water. Please tell me I have frames out here. No frames. Those are iron frames. And a ladder. Wait! Steel frames. Steel frames. Perfect. Let's just shut you off. Don't want it wasting some power. I think I got another build ink, so I was able to get me some more materials. I think what I want to do is probably have a setup back here for the water. Because I think what that will allow me to do is build my path and now weld on top. I have actually welded on top of myself and killed myself. Most of my workplace accidents seems to be with frames, actually. I think I want to have my H2O combustor back here. I just, you know, run a little pipe back here. Because what's above me is the Stirling engines. So my thought is have an H2O combustor setup going. And maybe have some Stirlings down here. You know, a little ways away from the fuel tank in case I screw up and cause things to go Nova. And just since I already have a chip up there for controlling the Stirlings, have that control the Stirlings down here. And that way, I don't really have to duplicate some logic for it. I have something that already works, might as well use it. Then the only other things I would have to fix and adjust would be whether I can figure out how to do something about managing the water. Because I'm going to get really hot steam. You know, that's a given. It's going to be really, really hot steam. And so I need to cool it down, clearly. And so one method I was thinking of is just to run a couple more Stirlings. Because if I run Stirlings, I can get some power out of that water. You know, might as well get a little bit out of it. You know, that's my thought process. I think if I just do this sideways, that might be the easiest power saving thing. So that's there. Now.
Hydration critical.
Alright, I will take a drink soon. So I don't know how this side's gonna look just yet, but I do know that I will have a purge valve assembly or something like that. And I'll try to run pipes in such a way that they don't really interfere with each other. But that's not gonna always end up being the case. Like, for example, this right here. This gas mixer's gonna kinda get in the way. I'll go get me some more cables. But I think I can just run this straight. Like this. Alright, just short a few cables. And that's no big deal because I gotta go inside to get some water, and I might as well get some more insulated pipings printing. So as you can see, it's about 25 Celsius. I shut this off, clearly. I shut this off. And you see, this is kind of getting a little bit warm. So this is doing the best that it can. Because not only is it trying to deal with the heat here, it's also trying to deal with the heat over there. And so that's why I've been turning these down. And so I turned it back up to see what it would do. So if I turn this back down, it's going to evaporate a lot more NOS in here to hopefully cool down the evap chamber. Because right now I'm pushing in, what, close to 500, 600 joules of thermal energy in there, and probably another 600, so 1.2 kilowatts. So this actually has to do quite a lot of work. And so right now, I should be seeing a drop. And so let's just take you to 990. See, now it's closer, up to 2 kilojoules. There should be a change. And that's why I wanted this inside, because I've run one of these inside, and it's done marvelous for the base. But the time that I ran it in the base, I had no sun, no sun doing any heating in here. I did have my printers, so while they did affect things, you know, this was also helping. So a dual system could probably help. Like, I could probably make another system so that this can transfer heat out better. But I'm experimenting to see what I really do need. Alright, so let's find cables. That was easy. Let's get more cables. Alright. Let's bring these out because I will. Quick check. Interstellar ingredients. I don't need any more eggs, I don't think. Space spices. Yeah, I don't need any more of that either. Alright, leave him alone. Leave him alone. I cannot get distracted. I have got to be making fuel.
Oxygen low.
Must not get distracted. Absolutely must not. It's not gonna last long, I promise you. You've seen me do this. I get way too distracted. Like, I can do the work pretty well, but I get distracted. Alright, so here and here. Alright. That should finish the wiring. And just to confirm... Yeah, it's got all of that. So this is going to be my fuel mixer. Where am I at here? I have 401 kilomoles in here. 214 kilomoles. Not a lot. I do need to add another 2 or 3 towers, because I think my Vulcan winter should be ending soon. Alright, so enough about that. Pause, don't need to waste time. I have a fuel mixing script from way back when I was very, very young at scripting. Because you can see I have a purge valve here, because I was trying to modify it for NOS. And it's really, really bad. Really bad. I don't need this purge valve here. So let's see. Volatiles and oxygen. So you need to be my volatile tank. You need to be my oxygen tank. Need my mixer and my fuel tank. Fuel mixer. Fuel. Did I not connect this? I did not connect this. See? I missed something. Every single time. I'm gonna put you in my inventory. Because I don't know if those will actually combust. I really don't. Cheap for an appliance, but I really don't want to test that. Alright, my fuel tank's there. I actually need to really update. Fuel mix. Is it? Yeah, I call it fuel mix. Tank. NOS fuel. It's gonna confuse me if I don't do that. Fuel mix tank. Alright, perfect. Now I need to go back through this logic again because it's not quite right. So I'm loading the temp 1, temp 2, the tank capacity. Oh, my logic is so bad. So in this case, I need O tank cap R6 because I'm gonna load O tank cap pressure. See, because I have branching. Branch if the fuel, branch to fill if it's below, branch to stop if it's above. I'm trying to pressurize it to at least 3 megapascals, stopping at 10. Define O min is going to be 100 kilopascals. So I need to do something about this. So this is going to just get the setting, and that's fine. I need that. But I need to fix that. So, select instructions. So this gets my setting, my ratio. That's fine. So now I need to SGT R7. If O tank cap is greater than O min, set R7. But I also need to check the min and max. That's a select if I remember right. Select. Okay. How does that work? I've actually never used the select. Select! Registers equals B if A is non-zero, otherwise C. Okay. So I should use select R8. R9. How do I do that? Okay, so in the end, I want to say if B is non-zero. So if B is non-zero, I want to choose C. R8, R7. Isn't there a compare? No? This is... Oh... Oh, tank cap. Oh, man. This is what I don't like about searching. There's... Okay. Great. Greater? No. Limit? I really hate that you can't search without just screwing up, because you can notice that I typed G and an I somehow. Set. Those are branches. SLT. Okay, I'm trying to think. So I need that. I know I need that. I won't need these two eventually because it's gonna all be covered by this. I might be overthinking it. Okay. I could just do, no, I can't because if the hit... I gotta come up with a better way. Programming fails. So let's think this through a bit more. So, if I am greater than, then let's do R9. If R9 is greater than max press. Whoops. If tank cap is greater than max press, we will set R9. We will what happened to my select? It got deleted, didn't it? Okay. Select R11, 0, R10, R7. Yeah. R7 would be if this is good. Check for good O2 pressure. There you go. Check for minimum pressure. Check for above max. Actually, let's make sure that the tank cap is below that. SLT, R7, SLT. Wait, if we check tank cap to be below min pressure. Oh, come on. Let's logic it through. First, we'll check to if it's below min. If yes, we want a 1. I could rewrite R8, make sure that it's also below max pressure. If yes, we want a 1. So if it's below min, we want a 1. If not, it can stay 0. If it is below max, we also want a 1, but if it gets above, it'll be a 0. So we could actually probably do that, R8. Actually, at this point, I only need the max press. It is just because I want to fill it up to the max. So, fill... You know what? I'll probably spend more time trying to fix it later. But we want to check to see if R8 is 1. R9. On R9. R9. And here SDB setting R9, because I just need to see what the heck it's doing. It should turn on, no matter what. So basically, if that's a 1, because the tank is below the pressure settings of 1, then it checks R7. If R7 is good because, above, the oxygen tank's above the minimum, it'll select that, right? If B is non-zero, otherwise C. That's what that says. It'll write R9, so it's either going to be a 0 or a 1. It should be a 1 when I run this. Because that gas mixer, I don't need that anymore. Okay. Export. Okay. State is a 1. Good. That's what I want. Now, it says input 1, 72%, input 2, 27%. That should be the mix. And if I change this, it changes that. So if I were to run this, is it a perfect fuel mix? 6633. Perfect. That's what I want. Now that I got that, I don't need that.
Filter low.
I can just set G mixer on R9 right here. Going ahead and put this here. There we go. I got fuel. But I need to go on ahead and test the conditions for the max. So let's just say I only wanted 3 kilopascals and 10 kilopascals. Let's just export. It should have shut it off. State is still 1. Okay. Now what? What is wrong with that? If A is less than B. Minimum pressure is 3, so that's 3 kilopascals. Maximum pressure is 10. That should be 10. Alright. What's my state? Should be, yep, state 0. Perfect. That's what you should be. So why is my select choosing R7? Oh, I got it backwards. R8. 0. So let's put R9. Ah! 0. Exactly what I expected to be. Alright. Troubleshooting. So now if I try to turn this on, it'll immediately shut off. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright. So I want at least 1 meg in there. Look, I just want it going. We have fuel. We have fuel. Very hot fuel, mind you. Why did it shut off? You should be mixing. I export you? Alright, what did I do this time? It's 10 megs, right? It should be. All the troubleshooting. Yeah, what the heck? What in the world? Okay. If A is non-zero, is B, otherwise C. Oh. Duh. My oxygen tank. Actually, that's fine. My oxygen tank got too low. Okay, so what I want to also do is I do need to cool this fuel mix. Like, I don't want 80-degree fuel in there, so I actually do need to bring this up there and make a phase change loop to cool this down to some nicer value than 80 Celsius. But that gets me closer. So if I were to put an H2 combustor, how much power does this thing use? So let's put you right here. What do I need? 2 pipes. Now what? Screwdriver and 2 cables. Cool. Alright, perfect. We could probably put a chip in here for you. Wait, oh, that's the output connection? Alright, so this needs to go upstairs anyway, so are you in the way of something? Oh, yes it is. So let's go this way. I have to figure out where I'm gonna stick you at, but I need to cool that fuel down. I really don't want to deal with like 80-degree Celsius fuel. Alright. You're gonna go up there. I'll have to fix you. That's perfect. Now, I need to do this and that way, maybe? Can't believe I'm actually gonna have to make it logic for the H2 combustor. Actually, if I remember right, they said I remember this thing just being absolutely crazy with how much it uses. So let's leave that spot there for a volume pump. I don't know how much it uses. If it uses a lot of power, I'm gonna have to upgrade these cables. It's gonna be a little bit saddening. But that's the way things go. Sometimes you just way undersell yourself with how much you think you're gonna need. Ah! That's gonna be hard. Okay, so let's say I want to put the stirlings right here. Maybe I should have a tank right here of hot steam, kind of to be like a holding tank. And I am trying to give myself plenty of space. Because I don't want to... So right now I'm only using 40 watts. If I put this on, it's 250 watts. Okay, flip. Okay. Oh, I need to add something here and fill it in. This falling down there gets very annoying very quick. There, no more falling. Okay, so if I turn you on, please don't kill me. How much power am I using? Not a lot of power. Oh, something's happening. Is it more power? No? 280, 300. Yeah, it's using more power. So the more filled it is, the more power you do. That is hot. Making pollutants, CO2, oxygen. So all this I need to cool. How much? I only made not a lot of fuel. So will this thing explode and kill me? I've never really stress tested it. So maybe I'll have to do something such that, you know, I get this up to try to fill this to, I don't know, 10 megapascals, while also monitoring this. Oh, and then this will be my input pump, output pump, and once this hits like 10 megapascals, I hit this to 0, let this go until it empties out. So I got some evaporation happening here. I have 53 moles of... That's cool. I'm making water. So that's a whole liter of water right there. That's awesome. I still have quite a lot of fuel. It is unfortunate, but even though it's off-gassing some O2 and volatiles, there's no way I can reclaim that, because once they hit a certain amount, they're just going to combust, and, you know, it's going to become all purely pollutants and CO2. So then really, I guess with that, I'll have to cool all of this down, and let's turn that off. That way I can pump all that out. So I'll have to cool all of this down, and the only thing I want is the water. If somehow I have volatiles and oxygen left, I guess I could try to reclaim them. But I need to get the water out. Need to get the pollutants out. And then I suppose I could throw this oxygen and volatiles into kind of like a filtering system. H2 combustor. I'm gonna have to sit down and make something. So, excuse me. So that's output. So I need to read to see if the pressure inside hits 0. So if the pressure inside hits 0, then that means it's empty. So I can do a state where I can watch the inside, read that tank. So I need to read that tank, watch the inside and stuff. I got 2 pins here. But I also don't want to run that if my tank is too low. And once this is empty, give it like a 10-second counter and then shut that off for power saving. So right now it's active. It's trying to do something, but it's got nothing. I suppose I can idle it. But I'm sure if I ran this through some stirlings, I'm either going to blow myself up or manage to do some power generation. Okay. I can't tell if this is still cooling down or not. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to go drink some water. There's one test I like to do, and that is to see what happens if I run at midday. Where's my CO2 at? Oh, look at that. It's midday. Cause like, is it bad that I run this midday? I would think not, because if it's running midday, it's just going to be, yeah, convecting some of this out. Like maybe I should run it on midday just so that I can generate water so that I can fill this up or something? There's liquid in the pipe. Of course there's liquid in the pipe. But I mean, that right there is at least 3 liters of water. It's got to be heavily cooled, though, but I got something to work forward to. So I need to make a chip for this. I need to make a chip for this so that it can monitor itself, empty it out, fill this tank up to some absurd degree. You know, maybe 30 megapascals or something. And get a couple stirlings. I don't know how many I'm gonna need. Like, if this drops 300 degrees, I'll need 7, but, you know, let's start with 1, see what it does, come back. And keep going down the line. See how many it truly takes to get down to... The target temp I want is 300 Celsius. The only reason I want 300 Celsius is that I do not I do not want this to get below the let me see. Water. So, 300 at 300 Celsius, I need at least 2 megs. Like, I could probably squeeze down to... Actually, what's 1 meg? 240? I could let it go down to 240, 250 at 1... That's 1 meg. Because I do gotta have a lot of it. So if I can pressurize a tank down to 2 megs, start condensing the water out. I'm thinking I'm gonna need a phase change loop filled with water, ironically enough. Just leave these out here. I'm gonna need some phase change loops with water. I might need to fill up a tank for those phase change loops to, dump that extra energy to try to keep it down to 200 Celsius. Because the idea is that I need to cool it down, keep the pressure up, but cool it down until the water condenses. Then I can take that condensed water and further cool it down. The fact that I'm seeing CO2 actually drop is actually a good sign, you know? Look, I mean, I think if I stay here long enough, this actually drops by 1. Yeah, see? Drops. So my plants are actually eating it. So once I get the water to condense... Ooh, my minimum is getting lower and lower. That means it's gonna be summertime soon. This used to be close to the 150s. Okay. That should not be running. That's wasting power. So I need a chip. IC10 chip. But hopefully this will completely remove my dependency on of water. Like, I have plenty of CO2 that's cooling. My plants can make oxygen. I just need to fill the inside of my base. It got down to 24, that's good. Though, I might need to bring this down some more. Let's get to 975. Like I said, I'm really not concerned about, it's sterling. I'm not concerned about my heat generation anymore. I do need to completely dismantle this whole setup. But I mean, I could turn this on and turn this on, and that'll, you know, that'll also move thermal energy as well. It's just going to assist my network. Like, together they were doing a great job, and you know, but I do intend to get rid of this. Like, I did have a thought of generating the steam, bringing just pure steam and dumping it up in my base over here, but I think that spells bad idea written all over it. 24.6. That's not a bad temperature. See, I'm pushing in 1 kilojoule of energy in here. I'm also pushing a kilojoule of energy in here. This is not really handling it too well at 975, so we'll leave you at 960. Turn you back off. Turn you back off. And, yeah. I think next time we're gonna start trying to pipe that up to more stirlings to see what kind of power generation we can get out of it. And figure out how I'm gonna cool the rest of it. Because I still don't have the CO2 cooldown. I want to get that cooldown before I start really dumping heat anywhere. But yeah. And I will oh, I have a tablet in my hand. Alright. Well, I'll see you back, and hopefully next time we'll have we'll get the Sterling set up. I'll probably write a new... I'll start thinking about writing a code for that. And,
Cognition low.
we'll see you next time. Have a good day, and, goodbye.